Which MTG Arena card is better? Strangle or Rip Apart? An MTG Arena New Capenna Standard card comparison. New Capenna Standard. Strangle and Rip Apart do a lot of the same work in the meta. Which is the better card though? Arriving with the streets of New Capenna Standard set, Strangle has found a home in many decks almost immediately. Pros: mono-colored. Very cheap casting cost. Targets creatures and planeswalkers. Cons: sorcery speed. Only 3 damage. Can't target creature lands. This card has been around since Strixhaven and has seen some play here and there. Not the most popular card, but with so many powerful artifacts and enchantments in Standard right now, this card is making a comeback. Pros: targets creatures and planeswalkers. Can destroy artifacts or enchantments. Very cheap mana cost to remove an artifact or enchantment. Cons: sorcery speed. Only 3 damage. Doesn't target creature lands. 2-color mana cost. These two cards are very similar, however, their differences make them unique. On one hand, Strangle only costs 1 red mana, and in any low-to-the-ground red deck it fits in well. 3 damage for 1 mana is pretty good. It doesn't need snowlands like Frostbite. It costs 1 less mana than Dragon's Fire. It does 1 more point of damage than Play with Fire or other 2 damage 1 mana cost spells. However, value currently is king in Standard. So many cards currently add multiple pieces to the battlefield. Examples include Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Ob Nixilis, the Adversary, and Esseka's Chariot. Not to mention other planeswalkers as well that come down and create or find a creatures immediately. This makes value in removal spells paramount. Strangle's low cost is a great value. Anything it removes that costs more than 1 mana to cast is added value. The same goes for Rip Apart. The value of Rip Apart comes from the second line of text. Artifacts and enchantments can take over games easily if left unchecked, and Rip Apart is a very easy and quick answer to all of them. A 2-mana answer to Arcane Bombardment or Hallowed Haunting? Sign me up. It cheaply removes Oni Cult Anvil, the Meathook Massacre, as well as the new Hideaway and Ascendancy enchantments. Not to mention dealing with vehicles. The value Rip Apart adds for that 1 extra mana cost can be the difference between winning and losing. Which card is better? Strangle. While in any deck playing both red and white, Rip Apart is going to be most likely the more valuable and better card. Strangle's single color mana cost wins the day. Rip Apart's added value for 1 added white mana does make it the better card in Boros or multicolor decks. Especially if you're playing control. However, Strangle fits into so many more decks, being a mono-red spell. Not just that, but the 1 mana cost difference does come into play when building low-to-the-ground decks. Currently, the answer to the mid-range meta we're in right now seems to be aggro. So Strangle edges ahead. What do you think? Agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments below.